Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Not Too Late Show on Channel 39 at Saddleback College, with special guest Frank Burnham. Now your host, Ethan Hodgkins.
Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Not Too Late Show. I'm your oh-so-humble host, Ethan Hodgkins. And if the name of our show is confusing, don't worry, because I'm not too sure what it means either. Anyways, we're recording our first ever show live with y'all here in the studio. And what do we think of the set? I'm glad y'all like it too. But enough of me standing here all alone saying words by myself, because soon we'll be meeting the very first guest of our show. He's a successful business owner from right here in Orange County. His coffee shop has, without a doubt, seen great success over the years and is a coveted local joint for any who live in Newport Beach. Let's have a quick look at Frank Burnham's coffee shop, My Galley. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for our first ever guest, Frank Burnham. Welcome, Frank. It's great to meet you. Nice to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So, can you tell me a little bit about this coffee shop of yours?
Yeah, I came across it in 2011, so I've been there 14 years. It's just a little neighborhood staple everybody comes to in the morning to get their coffee. It's a great little spot.
And was running your own coffee shop always the plan, or was it something you kind of stumbled into? Maybe you were doing something else first?
I was doing something else first, but one of my first jobs was in a restaurant as a busboy and kind of worked my way up. I was a waiter in college, and after college, I always had my eye on restaurants and being in the business, something I really wanted to do.
So you got to open your own place, which is a great reward for you, but was there anything that was super challenging about opening the store? Maybe something you didn't foresee at the beginning?
I guess the labor's always been the most difficult thing, to keep everybody happy at the same time, working with the customers that come in, knowing their orders, knowing their food, their likes, their dislikes before they even know it. So it's tough to find the right person for that job, but I've been able to do it throughout the years, still in the game.
All right, and you were saying working with customers is both challenging but also sounding like a reward. Is there anything that you would say sticks out as more rewarding than working with the customers, or is that the most rewarding thing for you?
Well, making people happy with food, it's tough to do, to make anybody happy, but make them, just for a few moments, fill up their belly with something delicious, send them on their way in a better mood than they came in. That's always a good thing, to have somebody have joy from what you're putting out.
And of all these joyful food items that you have, are there any that customers are like, it's a go-to thing for them, or maybe a go-to recommended item from you that you would say to try out?
I guess we go from sales. The number one is our breakfast burrito. Everybody in the neighborhood knows the breakfast burrito. We have a fresh roasted salsa that I came up with, a nice recipe that's super spicy. Everybody's really into it. That's probably the number one. Number two is like the CTA, cream cheese, tomato, avocado bagel. Delicious.
Well, you're setting a fire in my gluttonous heart right now. But I actually heard that you have a deli as well. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, my galley needed to expand once we're about 5 years into it, and I picked up the property a few doors down for a larger kitchen, more storage, and they really work well together as far as prep areas, because my galley's limited on space and Lombardi's has more space, so now we're doing breakfast, lunch at my galley, and then lunch, dinner over at Lombardi, so it really works out good, feeding the neighborhood, throughout the day.
Well, you already said you have the 2 locations that kind of work together, feed off of each other. Do you plan on expanding anytime soon, maybe opening a 3rd restaurant?
Yeah, I'm always up for something else. I'm nothing for sure in the works right now, but I'm not opposed to it in any way, that's for sure.
All right, that's great to hear. And I know it's a challenge to run 2 businesses at the same time. I can only imagine it's also hard to balance personal life with all that. So what's that been like for you?
My employees were kind of all family, actually. We have family meals together. We actually sometimes go on vacation together and do fun things. So that's always made up for, the lack of family at home. So it's nice.
Hey Saddleback students, let's talk about lo-fi. Our club is open to males and females here at Saddleback. We encourage females to reach those high-achieving roles such as directing and cinematography roles, while we also have our male colleagues support us in achieving and creating those roles and being successful. Now that you know what lo-fi is all about, you have no reason not to join us. Again, I'm your lo-fi president, Tessa Campbell, and I'll see you at the Frida Cinema on March 2nd.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining our first ever live broadcast. The crew, the showrunners, and myself all hope you had as much fun as us, and I pray I'm not replaced by the next episode. And good night, or good day. I'm still actually learning when we're going to be airing this show.